Hello, welcome to Saturday. I hope you guys are ready for Halloween because I am. Hello. You like it? It's cobwebs. And there's a spider here. You cannot tell. E.T., one of my cats, is a huge fan of this area. I wonder why, right? Look at that. This looks crazy. I also want to give a quick shout out to Super Yaki. Isn't that beautiful hair? Isn't that great? It's a medium, so it is pretty loose. I want to say that they still have some long sleeve ones. Maybe not, but I love me a good long sleeve shirt. Not sponsored by Super Yaki, by the way. But hey, I'm here. My cats, Spielberg and E.T., are going crazy. So if you hear them screaming or doing anything weird, just know that it's normal. You guys might be watching this on YouTube or on Twitch, not on Facebook because they're being a butt face. Sorry. So yeah. If you guys are watching or want to watch on Twitch, you can go to twitch.tv/AmyCassandraMTZ. If you guys want to watch on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/AmyCassandra. I do have a super chat over on YouTube. You basically just give any kind of money and it supports my channel. If you want to directly choose a horror movie for me to watch, you can join my Discord. And I can go ahead and share that link with y'all. Discord was trending earlier this week and people were like, Discord is over. I think there was a lot of issues going on with the CEO. I will not get into that. But I think Discord, after a certain point, whoever created the thing, like Harry Potter, is no longer in charge of it, right? So we are in charge of it. And Discord, it's brand freaking new for me, is a great place for us to communicate. And if you guys want to ask for a movie for me to watch or recommend or request is the word I was going for, then you can do that through there. I'm going ahead and sharing all the links everywhere. Please feel free to chime in the chat. I love seeing your, I was going to say faces, but your comments in the chat. Hunter said, Amy, make Don't Be a Butt Face merch. I might. Hey, anything is possible. So what if I somehow bring it to horror? You know, would that work? Don't be a butt face. I don't know how I can make it, but it's okay. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Today is an interesting day. I have 4 movies to talk about, and I'm going to tell you mostly so that I don't forget. We are talking about Halloween 2. I've been talking about rewatching the entire... Sorry, E.T. was making eye contact with me. It was really weird. I love you. I also will be talking about Murder in the Woods. It's the Latinx horror film. I got a screener for it, but it's officially out on Amazon. I will be talking about Verotika. It's on Shudder. there's a lot to say about that. And about Z, also on Shudder. Hunter is saying it's Ghostface, but a butt. That's gross. Don't be a butt face with Ghostface, but a butt instead. Oh, God, that's so weird. But I don't know, maybe. Hi, Luis. Give me the Michael Myers mask, please. No, he's mine. Greetings from Mexico. Hey, what's up? Have some food for me. I really miss Mexican food, like authentic Mexican food from Mexico. I remember when my mom and I moved back to the States, because I was born in the States and we lived in Mexico for a few years. People were like, what do you miss the most about Mexico? And I was like, the food. No doubt, the food. I miss it. With that being said, I'm going to be eating pretty authentic Mexican food today, and I'm very excited about it. Tacos are just, they hold a special place in my heart. But I can talk about food all day long. Let's go ahead and just jump into these horror movies. Okay, so, also quick thing, I have not seen the trailer to Bly Manor. I don't know if I want to. I'm very excited about it. Okay. Halloween 2. Halloween 2 picks up Let me start out with the things I wasn't a huge fan of. I've seen all of these movies. Michael and I were tight. Like, I get Michael, you know. That is, no, I don't. I don't get Michael. I mean, it's a joke, okay? That makes me sound crazy, okay? I love Michael. There we go. That's what I'm going to say. I don't like that. I'm a huge Final Girl fan, okay? Like, I don't know, you might be able to see here. You'll probably see it. Sorry, there's a mic. Final Girl. It's like a big thing for me, right? So with Final Girls, it's basically the idea that this character, this girl, fights the evil thing, and she wins at the end, right? Evil is defeated. Woohoo! It's very inspirational for me. That's a whole nother conversation that I might share with you guys later. But you know what's weird? When you introduce a fantastic final girl like Laurie Strode, and then in the second movie, in the sequel, you like take her out of a huge chunk of it. Why would you do that? I don't get it. I love Michael, and he can hold his side of the story of the movie, but you also need Laurie. And Loomis, I love Loomis, but Loomis is not Laurie. So that was kind of a bummer, because I really remember liking Halloween 2 a lot more than I liked it this time, and I don't know. I've talked about watching Chucky, right? And like all the Chucky movies, and really watching one at a time or two max and really taking them in. Because sometimes I feel like I can just binge all these horror movies, which is great, but then all of them kind of like get fuzzy and clouded together, and that's not a good way for me to remember each movie separately. So that was something that I didn't remember, that there was way less Laurie. They do a good job, and the plot is good. I just feel like it already starts you off here, where it's like, oh no, like, Michael is on the loose. Well, we need to get Michael. And like, it's an interesting place to start. You know what I mean? Mickey says, Halloween 2 isn't bad. I think it's pretty good, but it's missing that final girl aspect. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know. I don't know, guys. And I feel like I was kind of just bored until like we got to see Laurie in the hospital and her seeing Michael again. It's like, okay, well, like, yeah, we've gotten this though. There are some really cool scenes that I do remember, so we're gonna finish it with the good stuff that I liked about Halloween 2, and that was that one scene in the like hot tub. Oof, right? The nurse and her boyfriend. I think is he a doctor? No, is he a nurse? Something like that. And they, as far as bath or hot tub death scenes, that's pretty good. And I can't think of many other hot tub death scenes. So, kudos for being inventive, I guess, at the time. It's gross, and I really do like that. But that's about it. I want to know what you guys thought about Halloween 2. If there were certain things that were missing for you, or if you were like, no, it was like a pretty good sequel. Hunter says, I wanted to love it so much more, but I think you're right. It's because there's almost no Laurie. We love Laurie. Laurie Strode is a queen, and we should make sure that we show her some respect and have her in the movies. Now, I know that not all of the Halloween movies have Laurie Strode, but then you need that final girl throughout that entire movie. And there's some good Halloween movies coming up, and I'm excited to tell you guys what my feelings are about them because, woo! I'm saying you need a final girl. It doesn't always have to be Laurie, but it needs to be someone up to par. And we do get that later. Hi, Antoine. What's up? How am I doing today? I'm all right. I'm talking to you guys, talking about horror movies. Woo-woo. No spoilers, Hunter, but the twist also doesn't work for me. What twist? Oh, I think I know what twist you mean. Yeah. Hello, Sprinkles the Dragon Cat. You don't remember Halloween 2. You only saw it once. It's hard to remember a lot of stuff from it, I will say. If you want to watch all the Halloween movies, I think you should watch the second one. It's not like, hey, it's horrible, skip it, just because you get more Laurie. And not necessarily that for this last remake, it really just jumps from the first movie to this one, right? I'm correct? So they ignore the second movie. You don't even need to watch it for that reason, but I say support Laurie and support Michael. Freakish Films. I love Halloween sequels. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, let's move on to the next one. This next movie is called Murder in the Woods, not to be confused with Cabin in the Woods. I love me a good horror movie that takes place in the woods. We got the Evil Dead remake. We have, obviously, Cabin in the Woods. It was, right? It was Evil Dead remake. Yeah, Raining Blood is always a great thing in my book. What are some other ones in the woods? If you guys have ideas or like movies that you recommend that take place in the woods, let me know. Oh, Blair Witch Project, hello. Or even like a cabin. Cabin in the woods stuff, like Cabin Fever. I haven't seen that. Yeah. What are some other ones? Please, if you're watching this after it's live, leave your picks in the comments below. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat over on Twitch says, love Evil Dead. It's great. Love the remake. I think they did a fantastic job. Okay, so having that in mind, Murder in the Woods is very much like that. They are, it's a bunch of Latinx characters, which is so rare, which I really do appreciate. And they go to a cabin in the woods, and there's stuff that goes down. Now, I think it's interesting that they really, I want to hear your thoughts, because when it comes to slashers or horror movies in general, think of the bad guy, right? The evil thing. Do you like it when there's a weapon of choice and they stick to that, or would you rather them mix it up? In Murder in the Woods, not to spoil anything, because I don't think I would with this, they do mix up how they kill, or how it kills. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. How it kills the people. Like, it's a gun, it's a knife, it's a vehicle of some sort. That's kind of teasing you guys, but yeah, I think it's interesting how they did that. I would recommend watching it, in that we don't have many movies like this. And when I say that, I mean not your token black friend, right? Not your token person of color. Everyone is Latinx in this film. And we've got Danny Trejo. Woo! I love Danny Trejo so much. I actually saw Machete for the first time not too long ago, and I loved it. It was great. So, yeah, also, if you guys are fans of Vida on Stars, which has ended, but you guys can watch it on Stars. It's all there. I'm on the last season, and I love it so much. Mari is actually in this movie, which is great. Yeah, it was really cool to see people that look like me in horror movies. I'm going to be real. I would love to be in a horror movie someday. So, for me to watch people that looked like me was really cool. And I thought it was really, it was different, you know? With that being said, sure, there's like a few times where I'm like, wait, what? Some of it is, I mean, it's not a perfect movie, but what movies are perfect? Lance Martin, I like what you're saying. Danny Trejo is the Latin Sam Jackson. I kind of agree with that. Although, like, I would say that the Danny Trejo is the Danny Trejo of Danny Trejos. Does that make sense? Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts, everyone, on Danny Trejo and Latinx horror movies. I've talked about La Llorona, not to be confused with The Curse of La Llorona. So, if you guys have been exposed to any, I've obviously talked about my future best friend, GDT, Guillermo del Toro. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Yeah, Hunter, or Wolf is the name. Twitch is living it up today. Hi, everyone. Wait, Sprinkle's a dragon cat. My friend used to work for Danny Trejo at his restaurant. I really want to go. I want to support Danny. We're on a first name basis. Danny and everything he does. So, this is not a perfect movie, but it does the job in that some of the deaths are like really, really cool. And there's this one death that is really unexpected and kind of out of the blue. And you're like, wait, what? And you can see them try to save this person, and there's literally like nothing they can do. It's kind of intense. So if you guys get a chance to watch it, it's on Amazon. It's called Murder in the Woods. Yeah, I think that it's good for us to support movies that are indie movies, indie horror movies especially, because don't we all just like want more horror movies, right? So if we support these indie ones, then people can make more indie ones, and then we can all have access to them, and then we can watch them all. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat said, Danny Trejo's an iconic actor. He was the best in Dusk Till Dawn. That's really hard to say. Yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about movies like that. Yeah, The Curse of La Llorona was not cool. Why? Because they have like that one token Latinx person, and Linda Cardellini's in it. Okay, no. But if you want to watch something that's way better, watch La Llorona on Shudder. Again, I'm not dissing The Curse of La Llorona because at least we got something, but we can do better, okay? As long as we have people telling the stories that come from our people, then hey, that's all that matters. Hi, Mark. Hello, all. You guys are being so talkative in the chat, which I love. Hey, Leo. You guys are great. I love when you guys just chat with each other and say hi to everyone in the chat. Wolf is a name. Amy, if you could appear in any horror franchise, which would you want to be in? Well, that's insanely hard. I would say Scream, but we're getting a brand new Scream, and we've got a lot of Latinx actors already in it. So, what about Halloween? Wouldn't that just be like a full circle moment? You know? I think that would. I think that would be great. I'll say Halloween. Yeah. I've interviewed Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's just as fantastic in person as she is in, like, through the screen. So, okay, next movie that I will be talking about. Oh, also ignore my nails. This is what, like, not to get too dark, but anxiety looks like. Okay, so, this next movie... I watched this movie so you don't have to, is what I'll say. This movie is called Verotika. And if you just take in the title for a second, you're right. I did not say Veronica. I said Verotika, like erotica. Now, why the heck did I see this, you ask? Because someone was like, hey, everyone's talking about it on Shudder. It's on Shudder, and I think you should watch it. And so we did. Okay. It is a horror anthology, in a way. I cannot even begin to tell you guys how weird this movie was. But I also want to give a shout out and kudos to everyone that worked on it because, my goodness, it looks beautiful. It is stunning to look at. But what you see there isn't always so beautiful. There's 3 stories. The first one looks really good. Whoops. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to tell you guys what they are about, okay? What each story is about, and just bear with me, because what I'm about to say is going to sound like nuts, and yes, there will be spoilers, but if you really want to watch this, you can. And I am spoiling the plot for you, but I cannot possibly describe every single thing you see. And the acting has a huge part of it. The directing has a huge part of it. Is a huge part of the experience. So just keep that in mind, because as I'm talking about it, you're gonna be like, wait, don't say anything else. No, I saw it, so you don't have to. But also, I'm feeling a lot of mixed emotions. Okay, let me just get it out. Okay. The first story starts off with this girl and this guy trying to like sort of get it on, right? And you're like, what is this? I do have to say that there's the main girl. I don't know if her name is Verotika. I'm not even sure. And she basically introduces each thing. So she's like the host of it. So think like Tales from the Hood, think Creep Show. I wouldn't say Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, because there is no host for that. Right? No. So, okay. Yeah, Verotika is the host. So these two people are trying to get it on, and the guy's starting to like try to lift up her shirt, and she's like, no, and you're like, okay, cool, like respect her. And then he's like still tries, and then I can't believe I'm saying that. He lifts her shirt up, and their eyeballs, where her boobs are, at the tip. I don't know how much I want to say from here. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and say it, because I talk about decapitations, right? So I guess I could say this. Instead of nipples, there's eyes. What? You say? I know. It's nuts. I saw it, so you don't have to. And there's this little CGI spider, and then it turns into this massive thing with like all these arms because he's a spider. And then like she goes to sleep, and so like her subconscious is the spider, and the spider ends up killing people. And the way that he kills him is like super super different. Cause he's like, I should say that they have like French accents. So I think this was filmed in France, maybe. And I think that's the case with the first two. That is not, I don't think the funny part is like making fun of someone's accent, because I think accents are totally normal, cool, like they should be celebrated. If you know more than one language, kudos to you. So I don't think that's like, maybe some people thought that it was funny because of that, but I think that the translation, maybe if they were trying to do that, was a little off, because the writing was funky. I don't even... Mark, get out of here. That was so good. I saw it, so you don't have to. That's good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, I don't know. The first one was weird, and she ends up being like, no, and there's moments where she's just like, no. She's got great skin, the main actress, for this, and she has a really cool wig on. It's pink. That's it for that one. The second one is even weirder. Actually, I don't know if that's even weirder. Maybe it's around the same. But there's this stripper, and she strips at this one place, and her name is like Mystery Girl, and she's dealing with aging, and she takes people's faces. So like she goes to someone's house and is like, I'm the collector. What are you collecting? Something like that. Faces. What? I'm taking your face. Not my face. No. And you're like, what? And then she just like takes off the face. Now, the hair or the makeup and all of that it's not great. It doesn't look real. But I appreciate that they really tried and that they went for it. You know my thing with movies in general, horror movies included, is that, hey, you guys made this. You wrote it, you cast it, you freaking shot it, you edited it, and it's here. Good for you. There's so many people that just like say, I want to make it, and they never do. So kudos. But with that being said, yeah, it looked weird. And she like holds the thing, and it looks like bologna almost, like a giant like slice of like deli meat, because it was just taken. Yeah, it's weird. And she just like she has all the faces like pinned up, and she's like, "Hello, my pretties." Yeah, yeah. And the strip club, like, there's a lot of scenes in the strip club where I'm like, there's like no one there, and then it's just like, it's like Hustlers without all the action, and with way less people. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, Happy Death Day. I do want to watch that. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat, Wolf is the Name, the Freakish Films are all talking about it. I do want to watch that. There's a horror movie called Teeth. It is scary. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat. I have heard of it. I do want to watch it. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. Um, yeah, thank you guys so much. It's a lot, Antoine. It's a lot. Wow is right. Now this last one, Mark. Wait for it. This sounds like it's so bad it's good. Think of like a Room. Or my bad. No, The Room. And The Disaster Artist, where you're like, oh, no. The last one might be one of the weirder ones. So there's basically this woman, and I forgot what she is. Oh, she's a Contessa. She's a Contessa, and she has this beautiful crown. It's got a skull and like spiky things here. And the story starts with her just like walking towards the camera, and then she has blood, and then she just like puts it here, and then you're like, oh, okay. And then the scene keeps going, and then she's just like that. And then the scene keeps going, and there's just more. And then it keeps going, and you're like, how long is this scene? Like, we got it. She's putting blood on her face. This could have been like a 1 minute thing, max. But then it's just going and going, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? After that, it's just, she gets these virgins, and they all look vaguely similar to each other. Blonde, white, young women. One of them, you even see that she, like, pays the mom. And the girl turns around and she's like, Mama? And the mom's like, don't worry, you'll be okay. You're gonna go to the castle or something. And I'm like, what the heck? She literally got like 2 coins or 3 coins. I don't know how much that is in currency for them, but like crap, it's so weird. So I'm like, well, that's bad parenting there. Because it's like, why do you want the money? Like, usually you would get the money to feed your family, and we only see her, like, maybe she's a single mother. So then, like, why would you just take the money? Did you not want to have a kid in the first place? Then you could have just left. Like, you didn't need to give her up. I don't know. I have problems with that mother, as well as with the Contessa, because then they take all these young women and they have them lined up in this, like, sort of castle, I guess. I don't know. And then the Contessa's, like, walking. The Contessa has, like, her assistant with her. I don't know the actual terminology. And they're just, like, walking. And then the Contessa looks, and it's the same girl from the beginning. She's like, this one. Sheshka, this one. Something like that. And then you're like, okay. And then, cut to this girl, right? The girl from the beginning, or beginning of the story. She's just, like, there. And just, like, unnecessary nudity. Like, what? And you're just like, she's there. The Contessa takes off her robe and stuff. She goes into the pool, and the pool thing is like filled with blood. And then she just sits, the Contessa, and then she just starts like biting, because like they must have like slashed her wrist, and then blood is coming down. She's just like sucking on it. I don't know, like a vampire. And then you're like, oh, okay, got it. So like that's what she wants, and then she wants the like blood and all of that. And then it just keeps going. And it keeps going. You guys, I should have timed this scene, because imagine this girl here naked, right? Just like that. The Contessa just like slurping away on her blood, and then like for a while. I want to say, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What is time? I don't know. But it took forever. And I was like, when is this going to end? And then you're like, cool, like we're done. We're not done. No. Because then the assistant comes and she brings another girl, and then the Contessa like, or maybe it's not her. The assistant like slices her neck, and then like blood shoots out. She's like, psst. And then the Contessa's just like, and then it like splatters to the other girl that's like this. And you're like, what? So then later, it's basically like the Contessa just didn't want to get older, and she was like, yeah, the virgin blood was great, blah, blah. And then she's looking at herself in the mirror. For how long, you ask? I don't know, 5 minutes? And I'm like, that could have been a 1 minute thing, a 30-second thing. Just why? Just why? Now I want to ask you guys, after I described all of this to you, what are your thoughts of hearing about this? Sprinkles the Dragon Cat on Twitch said, I tried to make a horror movie in high school. No one wanted to help, so I went to Mandy.com. The actors I got were quite difficult, so I gave up. Oh no, I'm sorry. Maybe you can try again. Hey, Zoom movies are a thing, and everyone's at home. Most people are at home. So maybe right now would be a good time to try again. Don't give up. Yeah. Hey, move to LA. Well, okay, I don't know if everyone wants to make a horror movie here, but a lot of people want to create things, so hey. Okay, over on YouTube, what are we doing? Yeah, it's weird when scenes linger on for too long, because you're like, what are you doing? Why? It was an hour and a half, maybe? It could have easily been an hour, maybe. But I always get excited when I see that a horror movie's an hour and a half, and it's not like, you know, like, if it's an indie movie and it's an hour and a half, I'm like, cool. You guys know that horror movies usually are an hour and a half, and you keep the pacing, and it's good. You want me to explain all the movies like this? Yeah. I wonder if this will gather a cult following. If it does, know that I talked about it here. It is September 26th, so if it does, 2020, you're welcome. I don't know if that made you guys want to watch it more. Now, the last movie that I do want to talk about that is not like this at all is called Z. This is the letter Z. It is about this kid that has an imaginary friend, and I should say that the last movie was also on Shudder. This movie is also on Shudder. His imaginary friend is not as good as you think. Stuff goes down. Now, when I tell you guys that, like, one of the best jump scares that I've seen in horror movies happens in this horror movie, I don't think I'm exaggerating. Okay, some might say I am, but I don't think I am. It is so... I don't think that all jump scares are very much like, oh, turn around, bah, there's someone there. Or like, you're here, pff, you know? I think it's playing around with perspective and the idea of, like, depth around the character and something happening that is jarring. And I think they do such a good job. The kid actor is good. It's good. The plot is what's kind of interesting. It's more interesting, and it looks beautiful. Horror movies that look beautiful, I'm like, good job. The plot kind of, like, it takes you on the ride of, like, okay, so the kid has the imaginary friend. What's going on? There's stuff going on. Whoa, and you think that's over, and it's not. Now here's another, like, line. It's almost like two stories, two movies in one. So it's kind of like a bonus movie. I don't like the way it ended. And I would really like to hear your thoughts on it if you've seen it, or how you like your horror movies to end. I have said that I love it when when the evil is defeated and the final girl wins, and yeah, like, she might be a little bit traumatized after the fact because, like, whoa, stuff went down, but she overcomes it, and then that's it, you know? I like that. I like the sort of, like, happy endings. And so this one has a little bit of a confusing ending where I'm like, well, okay. I don't want to give too much away. But if you're looking for something that is, like, easily consumable and will kind of, like, surprise you, it is better than I thought it was going to be, then I would highly recommend watching Z. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat. I love it when evil wins. Is that wrong? Oh. I read that as, like, I love it when good wins. And I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. If evil wins, like, I guess it depends on how, because... And maybe, especially with what's going on in life now, if anything, we can make evil lose. Definitely, in horror movies, you know? Like, if I wanted to feel depressed and, like, bummed about life, then I just read what's going on in our world, you know? So, and even before, heck, like, life can be pretty crappy, and I watch horror movies to know that I can defeat those crappy things. Does that make sense? Violet's Dragon. Hey, welcome, Violet's Dragon. I don't think I've seen you here. Cabin in the Woods had a great ending. That's true. And that's, yeah, spoilers. Spoilers for Cabin in the Woods right now, spoilers. The fact that, like, the world still ends, but, like, they've it's kind of like on their own terms in a way, where it's like, no, we're not going to kill each other, but we did kill Sigourney Weaver off, and we didn't let them kill us. We decided to not kill each other. I think that's like another layer where it's not so much like, oh, evil and good. Does that make sense? So I do like that. I also don't mind. Okay, spoilers are over. I like when they set up horror movies that it's like, ooh, you think they're gone, but they're not. Or maybe, I don't know. Halloween does that a lot. So I do like that. Freakish Film says, I don't know. I've always read horror movies as tales about survival. Yeah. And what is the worst thing that human beings can get through? Yeah. And still survive at the end. Sometimes they work when they actually have something to say. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat said, in college, my film teacher told me American audience prefer happy endings too. I mean, yeah, but I've also, like, thinking of, like, Mexican horror films and thinking of GDT. There's always that, like, sense of hope at the end. And it's maybe, if people still die, they're still like, oh, well, there's more for them. Does that make sense? Cabin in the Woods. You guys are talking a lot on Twitch about Cabin in the Woods and the ending. Most horror movies with evil endings are just about how cool and edgy they can be. I agree, Freakish Films, yeah. So Wolf is the name says, I think Cabin in the Woods ends up being about the ways we treat each other and at what cost, like humanity being so obsessed with survival that they'll sacrifice any and everyone. Yeah, Guillermo on YouTube says, I like the ending of Sinister. Is that the one that we just saw with what's his face, Ethan Hawke? Oh, I do like that. I like that. Why do I like that? I don't know. I think maybe it's a case-by-case basis, because the ending of Sinister is not happy, but you're like, woo! And then you just take it for what it is. If it's not saying, like, random acts of violence. I hated that ending. I'm like, you're having so much to say about life and, art imitating life, I guess, or, like, inspiring heroes or not heroes. And then you just let it happen, and then that's what you have to say. If you're actively trying to say something that's really meaningful and then you let the evil win, then it's a huge bummer, I think. But if it's semi-surface level, you have some, like, good little bits, and you get those things said, and then the evil still wins, you're like, Because what is Sinister trying to say? I don't know. What is Sinister trying to say? Watch out for kids? I don't know. What is Sinister trying to say? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe we can, I don't know, do a poll. I don't think I can do it. Can I do a poll? I can't do a poll. I could do a poll on Twitch. Wait, Trish just did a poll. Can I do a poll? Oh! I don't know what I just did. Oh, what is that? Okay, hold on. I just X'd out of Twitch. Give me a sec. Ooh. Huh. I don't know what I just did. I don't think I know how to do a poll. Sorry, guys. This sucks. I wanna do a poll. Well, that's a bummer. Well, okay, then just answer in the chat. If you like good endings, or not good endings, that sounds bad. Whatever. Just let me know. God, that was so difficult. World of Devon, what did you miss? A lot. I'm just wrapping up talking about the last one. So make sure that you guys turn on the notification bell to know when I go live. It is every Saturday, 2-ish p.m. Pacific time. But don't worry, World of Devon, you can just watch everything before. Thank you for joining the chat live. Yeah, also Discord, District 9. My chat's just coming back for Twitch because it disappears when you X out, which makes sense. But then I'm like, hey, here's my Discord. I'm sharing that with you guys if you're not aware yet, if you just joined. Discord is the place where I just talk to you guys, and it's like my own little community. I decide what topics we can, like, talk about. I have the different channels, but within those, you guys can just, like, chat with each other, talk about movies, talk about, like, music, more horror stuff. If you guys have requests for me, you guys can just hit the PayPal button there, and I can watch whatever horror movie you want me to watch, and I will do that for you. General horror hangout stuff. I talk about animals, raising each other up, what we can do to make sure that our country doesn't go to crap. Also, other stuff that I'm doing for other channels. I recently got a promotion with one of my jobs, and I'm very excited about it. It is completely opposite from this, so if you guys have women in your family or men in your family or friend circle that love celebrity gossip news and commentary and all that jazz, make sure to go to my Discord, because I also do that for Holly Scoop. Lots of geek merch and things, and just a lot of awesome stuff. And I do chat with you guys a lot on there, more so than in other places, I would say. So again, that is my Discord. It is now, if you click on the link in the chat on YouTube or in the chat on Twitch, you can find it there. You have a question, Sprinkles. If you were going to move to LA to make a horror film, would you actually be in it, or are you going to humor me? Potentially. I would like to read the script first, and I would like to know all of your plans for it and make sure that it's fully ready to go. Like, I've been in short films and a feature, and I am a big supporter in planning things out when you're making something, and that's since being in LA. Before then, I've been in other stuff, and having a plan is like a big thing, so you need to make sure to have a plan and a lot. So if you make it, I will potentially, maybe. Make it happen, Sprinkles. Make it happen. Film freak Kevin. I once tried to shoot a horror movie and actually got a whole empty school building at night to film at. Too bad you were totally inexperienced. Oh, well, hey, that's okay. That's how you get the experience, right? By filming. That's amazing. World of Devon on YouTube. Tales from the Hood 3 comes out on October. I'm excited. Am I going to watch it on Sci-Fi? I will find a way to watch it on Sci-Fi. Yes, I would love to. Because I love the first one. Didn't like the second one so much, so I'm curious to see what they'll do. Have I started thinking about the movies for Halloween show, Guillermo? Maybe. I might try to do a longer show. And I might dress up. I don't know. Have I ever been to the Halloween Spirit store? Heck yeah. Spirit Halloween store, yeah. I actually haven't been anywhere since quarantine started, really, so I'm not for that. And lastly, do I miss interviewing people? Sure, I still do, though, with Hollywood First Look Features. And, yeah, I still do that. So I love getting to expand other stuff that I'm doing. Like, I'm going to wrap up this show by just saying, hey, guys, we're all living in a really weird time, and it's not something that we could ever have planned. But take this time to not be so hard on yourself, to learn more about what you like, what you don't like, what is important to you, your friendships, your family, what you believe in. Take this time to learn some stuff. Heck, learn another language, learn about how our U.S. government sucks and how we need to make it better. Learn how to enjoy, different kinds of horror movies. This is a time that I don't think we'll ever be able to get back, right? So let's just use it for good. And I am taking singing lessons, voice lessons. I am just trying to, make this home even homier and, just read more. So if you guys want to support me in anything else that I'm doing, make sure that you check out all the links in the comments below, because there's a lot of stuff. And if you guys are asking more questions, which you are right now, go ahead and make sure to join my Discord. I put the link immediately when I went live on there, so you don't miss that. It's Terry, right? Thank you for joining me. Yes is at the end, but it's okay. Make sure that you guys turn on the notification bell to my YouTube channel, because it'll notify you. Make sure to turn it to all so you don't miss anything. Join my Discord. You guys are being fantastic. Have I been to Salem, Massachusetts, Mark? I have not, but I really want to go. I have so many things I want to do with horror, with not just horror. So I guess what I'm also saying is make a to-do list for things you want to do when we get out of quarantine. Thank you guys so much for having such an amazing conversation in the chat. I really appreciate it. I love it when you guys are staying positive and talking about horror movies and just things in general, that's not a word, in general, and making everything just so happy and great. And I really appreciate it. Double feature watch party? I don't know. El Efron? I don't know. We'll see. we'll see. If you guys have any requests or anything for the Halloween show that is coming up, join my Discord. I will read and take into account what people say on Discord and only Discord. Yeah, I said it. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope you eat wonderful food, watch wonderful movies, and call your moms, call your dads, call your family members. I will see you guys later. Bye.